Intervention and prevention. Many believe those are the key to reducing gun violence. There were 94 homicides in the first 8 months of this year, according to data from the San Antonio Police Department.
Now, last year's total, 128. And the increase is a trend that's also happening at a national level. And some cities are using former gang members and reformed convicts as a solution. The Night Team's Patty Santos takes a closer look at two programs that are gaining attention and results.
We're trying to professionalize an unprofessional process. We literally trying to professionalize being a big homie.
Operation Peacemaker Fellowship got its start 11 years ago, a program that's transformed the city of Richmond, California by using reformed convicts as agents of change.
We were assigned to a specific location that had 50% of all of the violence, the gun violence specific. And in that specific location, everything dropped by about 75%.
Operation Peacemaker Fellowship is a mentoring program for young adults at risk. Fellows are given monetary incentives to participate in the program. They're required to meet a range of skills, education, employment, and restorative justice goals. Sam Vaughn, a former agent, now program manager, says it took time to gain the community's trust, but it's working.
That was the introduction of love into that community from a government perspective. We went into the community, we apologized for the neglect and some may very well say like the perpetuation of the violence from the government itself.
According to a 2019 study by the American Public Health Association, Richmond's gun violence from 2005 to 2016 dropped. The program may have contributed to the decline. That positive data supported the push by other cities to start their own.
Scores of communities across this country that are benefiting because we were able to create something that the scientists and the politicians and the intellects can point to and say, oh, this is beneficial to this community. Although everybody knows that it's beneficial. Like, you don't need data to show that loving a community is going to help it.
Communities in the Lone Star State are using this out-of-the-box model. Stand Up SA is a city-funded program consisting of people with ears on the ground who intervene before guns come out. It treats violence like a disease, but it doesn't offer a fellowship program like Richmond. And the Fort Worth Violence Intervention Program, or VIP, started prior to the pandemic by looking at both cities.
We try to just get in the middle of it once we hear something that's happened.
Former gang member, now Pastor Rodney McIntosh, leads the 8 part-time staff. The challenge is setting themselves apart from police.
So we're not snitches. We're not here to turn people in.
Mentors help a deeply hurt and traumatized community learn how to deal with anger, overcome socioeconomic obstacles, and feel loved.
We cannot give up on this generation.
And Vaughn tells me failure for these programs is not an option, especially when the whole nation is watching. And he really wants to emphasize his plea to those who want to start these types of programs to be dedicated to see them all the way through for the sake of their communities. Stefania, Steve.